What's going on, everybody out there? How you doing? Jimmy K on the Metal Voice. This is a quick little stream, a quick little reaction album review of Rammstein's new album, um, self-titled. They've been waiting. It's what, like 10 years now since they last released their last album. But before I say anything else, what I never say is subscribe to the Metal Voice on YouTube. Subscribe. Like the Metal Voice on Facebook, follow the Metal Voice on Twitter, and support the Metal Voice by picking up a Metal Voice t-shirt. We have all sizes, and we ship pretty much all around the world. So pick one up if you want to support the show. You like the content, we do our best. This will be a quick review. Everybody out there, if you're online, just send me an email saying the audio sounds good. This way I can proceed, and I know things are not screwing up. All right, guys. So let's talk about this. Let me just do a double check here. Rammstein's new album, self-titled, 10-year wait, a follow-up to the 2009 Lieb ist für alle da. Is that a good pronunciation? Hope so. So what is the typical Rammstein sound that everybody loves? You have that sort of deep tone, brutal vocals, and you have those little samples of guitar and keyboard synths, some little funky little riff. And then the chorus comes in and there's this big explosion, down-tuned power chords with a big chorus, right? That's a typical Rammstein sound, right? So what do you get in this album that's different from that? Okay, thanks. Thank you, Spicy Lady. Your audio and you really sound good. Thank you. Okay, so what do you get? Last time, all the other albums are pretty much that's the standard pattern. Not to say that they always stay on that pattern, but what are you getting this time that you're not getting next time? Well, this time around, you're getting a lot of the same Rammstein stuff. Expect the expected, which is sometimes the unexpected with Rammstein. Whatever that means. This time around, you're getting Rammstein sort of like pushing out a little bit, pushing out a little more diverse. This is more of a darker album. I think this album's a lot more of a grower album, a lot less English on this album. But it's okay. That's Rammstein. I'm going to run through the tracks. It's going to be a very quick review. Deutschland, which everybody knows. Everybody knows and loves. Deutschland was I think it was their first video. Quite the controversy. The video was excellent. Hats off to them. This was a massive production. I loved it. Not only do I love their live shows, I love their videos because there's so much thought and I guess money that's put into it to creating these images that they put, and controversial. You don't know which way they're going or which way they're leaning or what message they're after, but they're out there to shock and they do a great job. Great acting. I love their videos. I love their live shows and I love their music. So Deutschland, to me, it's a typical stamp, like I mentioned, by Rammstein. Typical sound, typical patterns, but typical sometimes is really good, right? Who's to say typical is bad? The second song, Radio. This is like the knockout punch for me. Phenomenal music video. Complements the song. Amazing. I love this. It's a brilliant song, brilliant video, and catchy. And now they're kind of like pushing out a little bit. I like that. The third song, which I think is the real highlight, Zeig Dich. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Which means in English, show yourself. Big rocker. This is what I was waiting for. The big rocker, fast pace, the Gregorian choir at the beginning and the middle. Wow, this is really cool, very catchy. Firefly, it's kind of like in that sort of vein, and that's what I love. And again, you got the Gregorian choir in there just to mix it up a bit. Song 4, Ausländer, which means foreigners. This time it's starting off more techno, electronic beat. The guitars are more in the background. Little children are singing on the chorus. A little bit of English, just a little bit, a smidget of English there. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. I thought it was a pretty cool song. Another highlight for me. 5, Sex. Okay, you got Rammstein. You're always going to talk about sex. Here's more of a brutal, heavy, grinding, creepy, catchy, mid-pace song. Not bad at all. The song after that, Puppe, which means doll in English. Another minor key. Turns into more of a brutal, grunting, chanting, brutal song at the end. which again, it's their forte, but again, they're pushing out a little bit more. They're not sticking to the same patterns. There is that Rammstein stamp on every song. You can't get away from that. But they're kind of like using more of those minor keys to really get a darker side. And let me wrap this up now. Was Ich Liebe is What I Love, another mid-pace song full of little keyboard samples and guitar samples. And if you removed the vocals on this song, you'd say this is a progressive rock song. That's what I loved about it. Again, they're breaking out a little more. Not saying they're breaking out too much, but they're just breaking out a little bit more. Diamant, which means diamond, of course. This is another one, another treat. It's a minor key strumming on the guitar with the vocals, just all that, and then just little hints of vocals in the background. Sorry, little hints of keyboards in the background. I think this would have been an incredible song if they had an English version of this as well, because I think it would have resonated more with the rest of the world, which I find, because I didn't understand the lyrics, I couldn't really get what they're talking about. And I think if I did, I would have resonated a little more with me, but nevertheless, great song. Weit Weg. Now we're talking about a little, same old sound, but this time more of a spacey keyboard. Not bad at all. I like this. I'm digging the keyboards, and I think it's the only song with a guitar solo. And I think if it was in English, this song too, I would have related to it just a little bit more. The last two tracks, Tattoo. I don't know. This one to me sounds very, very typical. Then it kind of switches gears somewhere in the middle and it gets this 80s melody happening, which I'm like, that sounds like some 80s song. I don't know what that is. Nevertheless, typical Rammstein, right? And the last song, Hallomann, which I think is just Halloman, starts off with this bass riff. And very dark, mid-paced again. Pretty cool. So where does this album lie within the whole Rammstein catalog? For myself, the first three, Harzeled, Schönschuld, and Mutter, those are the top classics. A lot of people call them as the classic albums. Does this album fall into that category? Maybe. Or does it fall into the other category of Rise, Razanat, Liebe ist Alada? I think it falls more in the first category, more the classic side than sort of the latter work that they've been working on lately. I haven't really been digging the last two albums as much. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's sort of like, and again, I don't want all the haters to tell me, you're an idiot for not liking the last two albums. I don't like the last two albums as much as I like the first three. And I think this album falls more into the first three category than it does in the last two albums. So that's a bonus. I would give this definitely like an 8.6, 8.7 out of 10. This is definitely a grower. And just as a side note, which I love about this band, not only are they great videos, great live performances, but the same guys, I think it's been the same guys since 1994. So, 20, 30, whatever years it is. Fantastic. Support the show. Pick up the Metal Voice t-shirt. Doesn't cost too much. Just go on our website. You can find all the details there. Subscribe to the Metal Voice on YouTube, Facebook. Follow us on Twitter. Like us everywhere in the world. That's my quick review of Rammstein's new album, which is self-titled. And it's been 10 years since the last one. Thank you for joining me, and I will see everyone soon.